Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of the Wrestling Godfatherz podcast. I was that close to saying our
Oh,
old
he already fucked up.
podcast. Yeah, but I am Don Mystic, aka the overweight cruiserweight, aka Nacho Man Randy Cabbage, and I'm here with my tag team partner,
Gaia.
Don Money
Don
Luch,
Lucha Money.
Don
Lucha
Lucha
Money
Money.
today. I'll be Don Lucha Money next week. Don't worry about it.
aka my eternal tag team partner, aka the real Mr. Money in the Bank. All right. So you ready to get into this?
Yes, me and
All
my
right.
fat stacks of pennies are ready to get
My
into
fat
this.
stacks of pennies. Oh, he's got many a pesos.
Oh, don't you?
All right. So first up, we're gonna start talking about like the week in review for AEW, and I have a feeling I'm gonna be doing a lot more of the talking because my my lucha friend here is not quite as well versed in AEW,
And
but
before you get your panties in an uproar, it's not because I don't like AEW. It's because I don't prefer it.
oh man, and you pissed off all the AEW
I
fans.
know.
Anyways,
But here's the cool part. I can admit when something's fresh.
this is true.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna start off with Dynamite, and it started out pretty strong with an MJF the what was it called the Jewish coming of age thing.
A bar mitzvah.
Rebar mitzvah. So he did a rebar mitzvah. Some comical shit happened. Darby Allen came out. Well, first Jungle Boy came out. Then who was the second one? Shit.
Fresh off winning his coffin matchup at the pay per view.
Let's hear. It was a Wild Boy. God, I'm blanking on the second guy.
Oh Christ!
Oh man, that's not good. Um, but yeah, I forget the second guy. But like in Darby Allen, and basically they all wanted the same thing, which was a title match. Some shit happened, and poor MJF got pushed into his rebar mitzvah cake. But it was a very solid promo. It was very entertaining. Um, the whole Dynamite was really good. Like it was one of the best ones I've seen in a long time. We also had let's see here, the Black what's it called?
House of Black.
Blackpool Combat Club. What is it?
Oh yeah, the Blackpool
Yeah.
Combat Club.
They took on Hangman, uh, Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson,
Oh nice.
and the Blackpool Combat Club pulled out the victory. I do like them. They like Moxley is one of my favorite wrestlers. So,
Yeah,
like
Moxley's pretty cool.
for AEW, I liked him as what was it
Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose in WWE as well.
Yeah, I like him.
But
He's
they
a fresh
decided to let
element.
him go. The assholes. But yeah, this was a very good match. Very brutal. I mean, it's a Blackpool combat club.
Yeah,
They
there's
are.
there's gonna be blading. There's gonna be blood. You're gonna have fun watching it.
There's gonna be like some brutal shit in that match, but like I really liked it, and now there's some like controversy on whether people like Orange Cassidy or don't like Orange
Oh,
Cassidy. Are you a non juicer?
I'm I'm a non-juicer, but what I will say is this: if the crowd digs it and the live crowd seems to dig it, then
Okay.
they can't. Like whether I like it or not, it's getting over with the fan base.
Yeah.
So
So
then
here
like I said, I have to recognize that it's fresh in
you gotta
terms of
recognize the talent, the skill to
right,
get over,
exactly.
even if you shouldn't be over.
Even though
But
if I don't prefer those little weak ass little toe taps he does, and goddamn million-year-old Jeff Jarrett, who's in phenomenal shape, by the way,
Yeah,
comes in and does
and
his own version.
here's the thing: it was a good match between him and Jeff Jarrett, even though Jeff Jarrett should have been kicked into like old man dust, and Orange Cassidy. I mean, the dude's a twig.
Yeah, but
But like, hey,
he's got
here's the
them power
thing.
toes.
There's two reasons I really like this one. One, they gave a shout out to the Shocker. There was like a guy dressed as the Shocker in
Oh,
the not the Shocker, the Shock Master in the in the crowd. That was really cool. And then they also gave a heads
you
up to
remember the combination, right?
two in the pank or
One,
two in
two
the
in the
pank,
pink, one in the
one in the
stink.
stank. Yeah,
Hmm.
but
Right.
and yeah, the Shockmaster, and then they also gave a little tribute to Eddie Guerrero,
See,
which
that's
I
always
thought was
cool.
really cool. Did you see that part?
I heard about it.
Yeah,
I read.
yeah,
This is what happens. I
he
read about the I read about Dynamite and Rampage on the interwebs, but
interwebs.
I try to stay away from like the fanboy shit where people just shit on things all the time, and I
Oh
try to
yeah.
just like read like, all right, what was the matches, and overall did
Like
it seem
you're
cool?
gonna notice this about us. We aren't. We'll shit on things a little bit, but we are gonna shit on things a lot. Like our criticisms are gonna be
Yeah,
AEW or WWE are gonna be really mild compared to a lot of people. So
yeah, unless it's something that truly
that
pisses
has,
me off,
if it has to be
like
said, it
the
has to be
referee
said. But
situation.
oh,
But I
we'll get
get
to that.
we'll
Hold
get to
off, man.
that.
I'm gonna have to hold you back for right now. Unlike the referees. Anyways, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah, but like they gave a little shout out to Eddie Guerrero, where he played dead and pretended to be hit with the guitar, and
Yeah,
yeah, I love that. I love it when wrestlers give like shout outs
yeah,
to like the like people who unfortunately aren't with us anymore, or the like true greats, all that.
yeah.
I love it. Anyways,
Little Easter eggs, if you will.
and we ended it up with a House of Black, the Jericho appreciation. Is it
Club.
Society or Squad?
Uh,
I
I
forget.
it's
Who
one or the
cares?
other.
Who cares?
It's Jericho's
Jericho should
Jericho's
also be
faction.
kicked into old man dust, and
Jericho's faction.
and elite. So what made this one really crazy was it ended in a kind of like a cliffhanger where Hangman Page, like he was about to be attacked, and then Elite came in to like back him up. Hangman Page didn't even know they were there, and then it just went off.
Right.
So it was a straight up like a straight up just cut off like that.
Cut
That
off.
was crazy.
They were out of time.
Yeah,
They had to
they
get
were.
to the
I think. I mean, obviously it was staged, but like it
yeah.
was. They were
Um,
kayfabe out of time.
they were out of
Anyways,
time. They had to get, well, let's not sell them short. They had to get to the basketball game
yeah.
directly
But like
following.
overall, this is probably for me. This was a 5 out of 5. Like,
Oh, a real Dave Meltzer you are.
eh, no, I wish. But for me, it was a 5 out of 5. But there's a problem with that, and you'll see it when it comes to Rampage, which we're gonna do next. Rampage Rampage was the St. Patty's Day one, and it was supposedly it was a pay-per-view. It was billed as a pay-per-view
On
because it
free
was a
TV.
whatever. I looked it up, man. If you look up the schedule, like for AEW pay-per-views, it's on there. So that's all I can tell you.
All
So,
right.
anyways, I mean, it had a couple of good matches. It had Powerhouse Hobbs and Phoenix. That was a good match. It had Kenny Omega versus Vikingo. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, but I mean, it didn't feel like a pay per view. It
Is
really
it
didn't.
is it
It
is it
felt like
because there were a collection of matches and not story built into the matches? Could it be
I
that?
mean, there's levels of that. It's just, I just had a really, really great. Like, if they had put Dynamite as a pay-per-view, I would have been thrilled. But, like, let's put it this way: the MJF bar mitzvah could have been an ending to a show. So
Oh
what
yeah,
I would have done in this scenario is I would have ended Dynamite with the MJF stuff, and I would have taken the House of Black, Jericho Appreciation Society, and Elite match, and taken that and put it on Rampage, and had that one end in the the blackout or whatever,
yeah,
because you had so much good shit from Dynamite that you can take off that one thing, put it over on Rampage, and it still be and Dynamite would still be great. I would have been much happier with Rampage.
yeah.
So it would have been overall better, you know. But I
No,
just
I feel
think
that.
I think they blew. Sorry, I'm being a little bit filthy here. They blew their load on fucking Dynamite, and
Oh,
they
who
had
are you
nothing left in the
apologizing to, big
chamber
boy?
for Rampage. You know what I
They,
mean?
yeah, they came in pretty hot, busted. Tra- they dropped their seed, and they didn't have
They shot a little early, if you know what I mean.
they didn't have a proper refractory period to build up another go. Look it up, kids.
Yeah.
That's legitimate biological anatomical
And you
science.
gotta understand, we're old, so
Well,
we
speak for
may fall
yourself.
victim to this.
I'm time incarnate.
You motherfucker, you're old too. Yeah, we both we talked shit about like Jericho and Jeff Jarrett getting kicked into old man dust. I'm pretty sure either one of those guys could kick us into old man dust. So,
Yeah, well,
hmm.
obviously they could both.
Especially if Jarrett uses fucking good old fashioned guitar.
Yeah.
I ain't taking no headshots with a guitar anymore.
I'm not getting in front. I'm sure Jericho would beat me up. I'm sure Jeff Jarrett could too. Unfortunately,
Yes,
he's a quite the
but
character. I look. I don't dislike Double J, but he is a Weasley little guy, little in height.
I mean, really, the only
Not
reason
height
I
compared to
dislike
me,
him is
but
because he
compared to the
fucked up
other
TNA.
wrestlers.
That's
Was that
really the
really?
only reason I dislike him.
But was
He,
that him, or was that a combination of things? Not
oh,
necessarily all.
he was a part of that combination. He was
That's
at
well,
least
he was part
he
of the
was at least one
combination.
or two numbers in that combination.
Anyways, I digress. JEFFJARRETT. Jeff Jarrett. Oh,
Yeah. So yeah, AEW as a whole was all right, but like if you just base it on Dynamite, I'm like, oh my god, this is outstanding. But if you just base it on Rampage, I'm like, oh my god, really? You know? So
well, there's a division between the two shows.
yeah, there's a division
Dynamite,
between the two shows,
yeah, Dynamite is clearly superior, and Rampage is still Lord knows what.
and how I'm pretty sure they made that into a pay-per-view because it's listed on the pay-per-view events. I don't know because I'm gonna be honest with you people, I don't pay for pay-per-views.
Yeah, does the guy in the stylish blue and silver mask look like he's gonna drop premium dollar for a pay per view? No,
No, I
he's
can't even
gonna.
buy a premium mask. And first off, this is white right here. Just letting you know, this is white.
So, well, anyways, his silver, my white. You say tomato, I say tomato.
But speaking of tomato, that's a nice mask you got there, man.
It is itchy as hell, but I like it. I'm willing
Yeah.
when I
Sorry,
pull it
guys.
off.
We need a little bit of anonymity. I don't even know if I said that right.
Now, we need anonymity mainly because in
We
the
say
under.
stupid shit and we both have jobs.
Well, no, I was just more or less thinking in the underground wrestling circuit. I'm a wanted man. Christ, that
Yeah.
microphone is wonderful. It picked up every piece of that plastic crinkling and drinkling as you hydrated
Back,
your throat
back to
with
you
that
being a
taste.
wanted man. What he means is he's wanted by every woman on this planet.
Yes. for being the not sex symbol that I
The Lucha Money Lothario.
yes. I
All
will
right.
buy your affections as long as it costs less than 200 pennies.
Or 100 pesos,
Boom, boom, motherfucker.
which is way less than 200 pennies, I think, actually. But whatever.
200
I'm
pennies is
not
too
doing
light.
the. I'm not doing the. Wait, is peso the dollar form of Mexican currency, or is it like the penny form?
No, that's the dollar form, buddy.
Okay, my bad. Never mind. I don't know. Leave me
God
alone.
damn it. This ain't a math show. 3 plus 3 ain't 6.
All right,
Or it
let's
is
move on
6.
to let's move on to the review for WWE.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with SmackDown.
By the way,
Uh,
ladies and gentlemen, this is WrestleMania season. We are 2 weeks away from WrestleMania, so that's probably why it's going to be have more shine right now on the WWE, and rightfully so, because it's fucking
yeah,
WrestleMania.
and
Hello.
and I will say this before we start with the WWE stuff. Um, that might be why Rampage was a little bit lackluster because you don't want to blow all your good stuff like right before WrestleMania when people are gonna maybe not be tuning in as much. You know
Yeah,
that's a possibility. Let's put it that way.
it it is a legit possibility.
Yeah. Anyways, moving along. So now we're gonna do the reviews for WWE. First up is SmackDown that took place on March 17th. I mean, I think
Ooh.
so. It started out with Cody Rhodes calling out Sami Zayn and KO, trying to get him to hug it out, and
Yeah,
didn't happen.
yeah. Well, if you look at
Whoa,
it,
whoa, whoa, wait. We're not getting to that part yet,
how
because we're gonna talk about that part. But like, didn't happen then. Let's put it that way. No,
did
there was
not
no hug in the beginning of Raw or in the beginning of
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
And
No, I was
so
just going to elaborate on. Hold on, hold on.
okay, go.
But why would Cody Rhodes want to have them hug it out? Think about it. Cody knows that as long as he's got some allies to occupy the other members of Roman Reigns' family, the bloodline, then he knows he has a legit chance. Because if he can't occupy the other cats, they're all going to run interference, and he's going to lose like everybody else.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
All right. Well, so yeah, there was no hug. Next we had I believe Dawn and Rhea Ripley versus Vega and Escobar.
Yeah, what a great match that was.
Yeah,
I
dude,
was, I loved it.
Vega like really shined in that match.
Yeah, Selena Vega was
Yeah,
fucking awesome. She was
Escobar did all right.
yeah, she was hurricaning her way to top billing.
Yeah, dude. Like, I hope they start pushing her. Like,
Yeah, they
like,
should.
yeah.
She's 4 feet
Like,
of fury, goddamn it.
100%. Like, if she's not pushed by next Rumble, I wouldn't mind at all if she won the next Women's Royal Rumble. Because
Yeah, really.
I remember in the Royal Rumble, she hit a crazy like move. I can't remember exactly what it was, but like it was right when she came in. She had some crazy. She is very acrobatic.
Not only is she acrobatic, but she's also good timing in the ring. Uh, I, I thought she was phenomenal. I thought she was
I
absolutely
mean,
phenomenal.
I'm gonna say it. She might be like one of my top three favorite
Yeah,
women wrestlers.
yeah. I'm a big fan of Zelina Vega. I do like too that she came out looked strong against Rhea Ripley. Obviously, she's not being pushed, so Rhea was gonna
Yeah,
finish that action
Rhea
up.
Ripley is being pushed, and I'm happy about that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. She was
Um,
excellent. She too was excellent in the Rumble.
she too was excellent. I mean, maybe the only downside was Dom, but
No, Dom's the best. I will hear no slander on Dom. He's grown on
dude,
me. He has
no,
grown on me.
no,
Yes,
dude, he will
Don
grow
missed
on
it.
me when he stops bitching about his dad. How about
No,
that?
that's the best part.
No, no, that's
Yes,
not the
it
best
is.
part.
Yes, it is.
Wah, wah, my dad wasn't here because he was putting food on my table. What a little fucking whiny
But think
bitch.
about it. That's the point. Literally, that's the point. He's getting heat, baby. Listen to the crowd. He. There's only two folks right now that generate heat at that level. The moment Dominic grabs a microphone, the crowd just loses their fucking mind.
Yeah, because
And
he's a little whiny bitch.
that's all right. It's all right. And then Logan Paul too.
Oh my
He
god. Well, he's also a little whiny bitch.
But guess what? It's working perfectly
He's
because
a little
they.
whiny bitch who also steals people's money.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay. Well, settle down, CoffeeZilla over there. Let me.
hey,
Let.
hey,
I don't look at.
CoffeeZilla was right though.
God damn it! I'm not a YouTuber. I don't know of these things. But what I do know
Where is
is,
it? Where do you think this is going?
don't tell me.
Just because we're not making money doesn't mean we're not fucking YouTubers.
You mean
We're
this
just
isn't being
poor
broadcast
YouTubers.
locally on KQED?
We might make it. It might be able, we might be able to make it on there.
Yeah, but my point is, Dom is a heat-sinking missile, and all he does is generate heat, and he's hilarious because he's so corny and cheesy, but they're playing
Mhm.
it perfectly because everybody else is like so straight laced. Like even Rhea Ripley is so like intimidating and like straight up heel that Dom is like her little
I
side
will say
piece.
this: the fact that he calls her mommy
Mommy.
is fucking hilarious. But yeah. So moving on to the next one, what do we have?
Well, she made him into a man according to the storyline, so you can only infer what
Doesn't
that
isn't
is.
he like married or something
In real life?
in real life? Yeah.
Oh fuck, I don't know. I haven't met the
You're
guy
like
yet.
fuck Ivana. Anyway,
I'll look it
so I
up.
mean, yeah, still no Ray match. But
But they're going to, they're going to get down.
yeah, it's a foregone conclusion. I'm
Yeah,
thinking it's
they,
gonna happen at SmackDown next week because
no.
all the Mysterios are gonna be there.
Yeah, yeah, they're going to announce the match. It's going to be a big what to do. And it's going to be, I have a prediction for that as well.
Yeah. So after that, Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre.
Those are fun.
I like both of these guys.
I do too. Just some big, burly Europeans that just beat the.
I feel sorry for Sheamus though. That dude must like fucking sunburn like a motherfucker. He is ghost white.
Oh, and they chopped the shit out of him.
Yes, they do. I remember like I
Gun,
was watching one match
Junta,
and I saw his
Junta.
back. They had the camera on his back and it was so red. I'm like, is he bleeding? But he wasn't. It was just so fucking red. But
He's
yeah, this
damn
was a
near
good match.
He's damn near translucent, so those are his blood
Yeah,
vessels.
yeah, I know. But like this was a really good match.
I like
Um
both these cats.
I like both these cats too, but yeah, it was another like what's his name? Gunther had his guys
Junta
go in and what's it called?
and
Interfere.
interfere.
And now at WrestleMania it's gonna be a triple threat match.
Yeah, but that's the best part, and I think they're gonna go buck wild. But I have a
Oh
prediction on
yeah,
that match too.
yeah.
I have lots of
So
predictions. God damn it!
yeah, and and then finally Sami Zayn uh went out to confront Jey Uso. The shit that always happens when you go out and confront the bloodline because all they do is do dirty shit happened, and Jay and Jimmy started like double teaming them,
Yeah,
and then what music hit?
KO baby.
Damn straight, KO came out, saved the day, and then the hug heard around the world or felt around the world, whatever you want to fucking call it.
It
They
warmed my
finally
loins.
it won your loins. It won both of our loins. I had a bit of a chub. I'm not gonna lie. I had a bit of a completely what's it called heterosexual chub. Nothing sexual about it. It was just I was so happy.
Yeah,
My dick responded.
it stood to attention. I'm
Yes.
here, buddy. I'm here for you.
He got a little confused. That's all that happened. I was one kind of happy. He thought it was a different kind of happy.
He's like a
but
lost puppy. Sometimes you gotta say,
but
"Hey,
yeah,
settle down,
like
motherfucker."
that's got to be one of my favorite moments from the whole week because I mean, you knew it was coming, but I mean, they kind of like faked us out with the whole like at the beginning. You thought it might be coming there because like before KO like said, "Oh, I don't want your guys' help," and then he got his ass whooped. But
They worked him good.
not okay. Wait. He got his ass whooped, but not fairly. It was like by everybody.
Oh
But
yeah, they worked him good.
yeah, they did work him good. But he's finally together with Sammy, and the world is right again. Anyways, all right, let's move on to Raw. Uh, uh, so I believe this started out. It was Usos versus Sami Zayn, right? And KO.
Yeah,
Yeah. The match was really good. I mean, obviously, they're all great competitors. Um, I don't know. Like I kind of want to I kind of want to skip the Usos match and the Kevin Owens and all them because I mean, not a whole lot happened. Like I mean, yeah, you got confirmation that there's going to be a match.
right. Of
But
course,
but let's face facts. We knew this a long
we
ass
knew.
time
Yeah,
ago.
right. Yeah,
Like
we knew that.
and I kind of want to get on to the fact that Miz was sucking up to Logan Paul, and Logan Paul just blew his ass off. That was funny.
That's hilarious.
Even if he is a shit human being, he can't be funny at times. I'm going to shit on Logan Paul every chance I get because he
And I
seems
want
like
to
a
end up
real
on
piece of
impulsive.
shit.
Therefore, I'm a suck up to it, like the Miz.
Yeah, my friend here hates Joe Rogan because he's too right wing, but you actually get a complete scumbag, and he's like,
Wait a minute.
"These are
Hold
my
on, hold on,
people."
hold on, hold on. This Don Mystic character is putting words in my mouth. I never said I hate Joe Rogan. I said I don't prefer Joe Rogan. But
No,
that
you
doesn't.
prefer a thief
No,
who
no.
sucker punches people multiple times. Actually, now that I know that he sucker punches people, now I know why you like him so much.
Oh my
Seeing as how
god.
you're an HBK fan.
Yeah, that's true.
Montreal screw job.
Oh yeah,
Anyways,
best night ever.
let's see here. I thought it was really interesting that Rhea Ripley was saved by Becky Lynch and her crowd. Um,
Was she really saved, or that just prevented interference?
well, isn't that the same thing? I
No,
mean,
no. Saved is like them
what?
coming to her aid. She didn't need their help. They just came down because
Mm,
they realized that damage control was going to start some
I still feel
chicanery.
I mean when you're up against a group of people like I mean yes it was her against Bailey but let's face facts damage control was going to interfere
Yeah, of course,
and I mean yeah I think she did come
but
out
not
I don't
from
think it was to save Rhea Ripley
right.
I think
It
it
was
was to
just
fuck
a
over Bailey
mhm,
but
exactly, exactly. Important
but
distinction there.
it's important distinction, but at the end of the day, the result was the same. They saved Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, well, what was Judgment Day going to come out? They can't be beating on women. This ain't the mid '90s, so
Mm. Uh,
can't be doing attitude era
bring Logan
nonsense.
Paul out, he'd probably do it. He'd probably sucker punch.
Oh, hey,
Oh man, we're gonna get.
um,
I'm gonna get sued by Logan Paul.
you
This is
are.
why I'm wearing a
But guess
mask,
what?
people.
This is as soon as I could get a bottle of Prime, it's all sold out where I live. I'd be drinking that too.
I had a bottle. Anyway,
God damn it!
yeah, I had the ice pop one. It actually wasn't that bad, but I'm gonna try the. They have them at my liquor store, so pick one up. You know.
Your liquor store is not too far from me. I would like to go to the liquor store too.
We're not telling you where the liquor store is, people.
No, ladies and gentlemen.
I went looking for that shit, and it's hard to find.
Yeah, it's sold out everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
All
like
right.
Gatorade on
So,
crack.
out of the Bel Air,
Oscar.
yeah. Hmm?
Wait. Bella
No. She was it was like
a
wait.
triple threat.
No. I think it was like a tag. She was tagging
Uh
with Oscar
yeah, against
against Piper and Chelsea.
Chelsea Green.
Yeah, Chelsea Green. And the biggest thing I got out of that was Belair KO'd Piper.
Oh yeah,
That was
she got
that was
that was
fucking.
cool.
Expect it, like if anyone is actually watching this and you see and you look at our shorts, expect to see that short pretty soon.
Exactly. Here's the
That
wild
shit's
part.
coming.
Yeah, here's the wild part about that. That was an impressive feat of strength. And I was thinking about at the time, I was like, damn, that's tight. But then I'm also thinking, how many times do you think Piper's ever been in this position? Like never, like where she's just like
Yeah,
being thrown around, like because typically she's the bigger person in the ring. She's tall.
I'm gonna be honest.
Got
Neither
some
one of us could
master.
lift her. So,
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like
and we're
she's
guys.
probably
Like the fact that Belair could get her up like that, like that's some wicked strength, man.
yeah, no, completely. And that's what I'm saying is like I'm pretty sure Piper's being like I'm not used to bumping at this height because this situation doesn't happen to me frequently.
I think Piper's gonna have a wicked bruise.
It was a
Let's see
cool
here.
charity. And then Oscar got in the ring and threw some kicks. She said, "Ha!" Said, "I'm taking
um,
your title in 2 weeks' time."
yeah, I mean,
I
like,
translated what she said.
yeah. Last we had the Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns promo at the end. The fact that
That
he
was a good
shooshed,
promo.
the fact that he shooshed Paul Heyman was fucking hilarious. He didn't actually do the shoosh, but like he
Sheesh.
told him to shut up. So I'm happy about that. Cause dude, I love Paul Heyman. He can talk with the best of them. If only he wasn't doing it for Roman Reigns, I'd be
No,
thrilled. Dude,
no,
I'm not a Roman Reigns simp.
I
I will
know.
never be a Roman Reigns simp. I remember suffering succotash, son. I remember. You can't make me forget. I don't care if you bury it. But yeah, it was a good promo. Setting him up for dude,
It
Cody had some real jabs. Like,
it was a
it,
really good promo all around because look, whether you like Roman Reigns or not, he's improved on the mic
oh yeah, yeah, he has
drastically since
improved on the mic.
the
But
day Cena took his soul in the middle of the ring in that vicious promo. And Roman Reigns brought up some funny lines. He said he went and he started another promotion and couldn't get over there.
yeah, kept running away. But like,
That was
I
hilarious.
really like what Cody did. Where he was like, after the on the third, you're gonna have to wake up and realize that no one's there with you anymore. Ooh.
Yeah, and then he told
I actually
Solis to
think.
go.
I mean, I think the Bloodline might end at WrestleMania.
I mean, well, let's get to our when we get to our predictions. If we're
All
gonna
right.
read some tea leaves,
Now, so we're gonna
a
move
good
along.
promo from both characters.
Yeah, good
Also,
promo.
shout out to Solo Sokoa for standing there with that like mug face, and
With
then
that dumbass look on his face, like,
And
huh?
Cody said, "You ain't ready, boy." And then he kicked him once, and then while he was hulking up, Roman was like, "Nah, bro, he's suckering you in. He's suckering you in.
He's gonna kick you again,
He
motherfucker.
is. He's got them quick little feet. Ta-da!
All right. So, but moving
Nightmarish feet.
along, we do want to do WrestleMania predictions, but before we do that, I know you wanted to talk about something.
Yeah. Okay. So as I scratch my eyes through a hole, sorry. All right. So this is what I want to talk about. Every time Adam Pearce and a crew, a gang, if you will, of referees and other men in suits run to the ring to break up a brawl, like Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, or Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair on SmackDown, right? They're they're going to like, oh, we're going to break this up. We're going to prevent these two wrestlers from getting at each other. Save it for WrestleMania. And then they do the worst, most incompetent job ever of breaking up two people. In fact, they're so bad at it that Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley literally not only do they not stop fighting, but they're able to pull off aerial attacks with these goddamn clowns in the fucking way. And then on Raw, they didn't prevent Rollins or Logan Paul from doing much of anything because they come in, they surround the wrestlers, they try to grab them, and then they just like have butterfingers. Maybe they lather their fingers in the world's slipperiest surfaces so they can't actually get a hold of them. I don't know what the fuck the point is, and
No.
that's why I'm ranting. Is because then what's the point if you're
Yeah,
gonna
and
send out
and and
15
we won't
people?
we want to make this clear, boys and girls. We understand that this is kayfabe. We totally understand that.
Yeah,
But
I
just
think
because
they
it's
know we
kayfabe,
know.
make it believable. You know,
Yeah,
make
if
it
you're
make it seem like you're actually doing something.
right, if you're
But
gonna, I get you want to break them up and you want them to fight through the breakup, but then instead of like holding them with
they come
noodle
running in.
arms,
Charlotte Flair is going to the top rope. They did nothing, and
they
the
did,
only thing
she
they
went to the top of the table, took off her shoes, did a pose, and then flew like an eagle.
he's trying
I,
to stop Austin
I was,
Theory. Austin Theory is taking out a phone and doing a pose.
I was like,
He
what
hits
the?
I don't know what Austin Theory's moves are. I don't care enough.
That's the
But
theorizer.
the theorizer,
Yes,
is that
it's
actually his? Is that
no,
actually his shit?
no, it is not. No.
You're making up shit. You
Yeah,
do
that's like me
damned if I know.
saying that's like me renaming him terrorizing.
I don't know,
You
dude.
don't know? Ooh, Dom Mystic don't know, but all you out there who know what terrorizing was, shout out. It's an old WCW wrestler named Paul Levesque.
Oh, that was Triple H's. Shit.
Yeah, in WCW before he made the jump, he was known as terrorizing.
I'm beginning to understand why he made the jump.
Yeah.
That's a pretty shit name. The Terrorizer.
He'll terrorize you
And
with his
what
grin.
was Kane's dentist name?
Oh, Isaac Yankem
Yeah,
DDS.
Isaac Yankem. That's almost as bad as that. Oh shit, my
Oh
dog.
shit! Sneak attack! Sneak attack! Don Mystics means they're coming for him. Oh god! Oh no! Ladies and gentlemen, avert your eyes. He's gonna be beaten. They sent a killer hound from him. It's a hound from hell. It's gnawing at his knees. We're gonna send up a GoFundMe to pay for his surgery. Oh, buddy, are you okay? Oh, it looks like you're safe.
Yeah, my dog just came busted in the room.
Oh, that's incredible. We
So if
were
you hear
gonna set up a
sniffing
go.
or snoring, it's her.
We were gonna set up a GoFundMe to save you.
go,
Yeah, because
go
I said
fund me for a door that actually closes and doesn't open just by a dog nudging it with her nose. How about that?
no, yeah, I said, but I said it was a dog from hell that was gnawing at your knees. So I kind of built up the suspense.
Well, you were lying.
I,
Anyways, so are we done with Adam Pierce
yeah, I did just add him. When you and a gang of humans run out to break the fight, actually stand in the way, or just
and
like
do shit?
walk slowly to the ring, or you know, get punched a few times by the wrestlers, take a bump, and then they could keep fighting. Then you could spring to life and break it up again. Just saying,
Just
some
throw a couple elbows. We don't care. It's
exactly
wrestling. They
precisely.
can take it. Just not don't be stiff like a fucking Goldberg. That's why he left WWE because he fucking can't be stiff.
He can't not be stiff.
He can't not be stiff, and that's why he had to leave. Fuck him. Fuck him for ruining fucking Bret Hart's illustrious career.
That was certainly a thing.
Yes. Anyways, so we're gonna move on to WrestleMania predictions.
Yes.
All right. So the first two we're gonna do haven't actually been confirmed yet, and the very first one might not happen at all, and that's Lashley versus Bray Wyatt.
All
Bobby
right.
Lashley. It's some people are like saying that Bray Wyatt's hurt.
Yeah,
I've
or
also
ill or
heard that he
something like
might be
that.
upset with the
Creative.
company. Um, the fact of the matter is, if the match does happen, personally, the only way I see it happening is Bray Wyatt winning.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
so as well.
like it just doesn't make sense for Bobby Lashley to win. Now that being said, that WWE does have a history of screwing the fuck out of Bray Wyatt, but hopefully Paul Levesque learned from that and actually doesn't do it
Right. Now, this is all predicated on
if it actually
Bray
happens.
Wyatt it being at WrestleMania. I
This is
heard
true.
rumors he's ill. For whatever the reason,
Yeah.
that match may or may not occur. But if it
Okay, this
does,
one,
I'd pick Bray Wyatt
yeah,
to go
paper.
over.
I would have too. This one is like 99.99999% gonna happen, but it just hasn't been like it's not on the books yet, and that's Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio.
Yes,
It's
that's
gonna
gonna be.
happen. It's gonna happen.
It's totally gonna happen.
Who do you think's gonna win?
I think Ray's gonna go over. But hear
I
me
think
out.
yeah, I think he's got to. I mean, you're inducting him into the
The
Hall of
Hall of
Fame,
right, but
and then like, how much of a douchebag move would it be like, say, hey, we're gonna induct you into the Hall of Fame, but you're gonna like get your ass kicked by your boy. That would be horrible.
right,
That'd be a horrible look.
and I can see Ray going over, but I could also see
I can see.
where
I mean,
there's a
in a
lot of
normal
interference.
circumstance, it would make more sense to put Dominic over because he's a younger guy.
Right, yeah,
He's the he's the guy who needs to be put over way
right,
more than Rey Mysterio.
right. But
Like
in
if Rey
this, in,
Mysterio loses, people are still gonna love Rey Mysterio.
right, but in
But
this, in fact, everybody wants that emotional payoff to see Dom get his comeuppance,
yes,
right? So I could see a situation where Ray gets the victory, but Judgment Day, beats him up afterwards. I
oh
can totally
yeah,
see it.
and I don't know. Part of me wonders if like Judgment Days, him sending like Ray to the hospital or something like that is gonna snap him out of it, and he's gonna turn face. Dominic.
Yeah, I could see it, but I'm
I
loving
mean,
this
I hope it
heel
doesn't
Dom.
because he does play very well as a heel.
Yeah,
So
he's a little heat missile, and
yeah,
everyone gets
he.
all wild.
I'm one of them. I hate that motherfucker. Anyways,
I love it, Dom. And by the way, since he went to
so
prison, man got hard, baby. He's hard, man.
all right, so we got Strowman and Ricochet versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders.
Yes, this four-way showcase.
Yeah. So let's put it this way: Viking Raiders probably aren't going to win.
No,
Alpha Academy, the way things are setting up, Otis is going to screw him out of something. It's going to
Otis,
screw.
Otis.
I'm sorry. Otis is going to screw them out of it somehow,
Yes, yes.
like with a fingernails or some shit. That was the dumbest shit. So realistically, the only two teams that I'm looking at here that have a chance are Ricochet and Strowman and the
The
Street
Street
Profits.
Profits.
I personally do not think the Street Profits are going to win because I think they're trying to make them go solo.
Oh, I feel what you're
They're gonna.
saying.
I think they're gonna split them up. So I think it's gonna end up being Strowman and Ricochet.
I like that. I can see that. Yeah,
You can
I
see that.
agree.
You agree?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would that. I mean, it's a coin toss, really, right?
Yeah. I
Whether
mean,
it's the Street
it really
Profits
is.
or
I mean,
Strowman
the
and
other
Ricochet.
two, I just don't see it though.
Yeah, no,
Anyways,
I don't see it
and
especially
then
because of what they're doing with Alpha Academy, and
yeah,
then
because
and
it
then
just
Viking
doesn't make
Raiders.
sense.
Viking Raiders do a really good job in the ring, but their aesthetic is a throwback to like early to mid '90s
And they aren't
WWE.
that great on the mic. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what I
are
was.
they? When was the last time you remember even hearing them on the mic? I mean, I don't.
No, I feel
Anyways,
you on that.
Intercontinental Championship match: Gunther versus Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I
Now,
think I'm going for Gunta. Gunta.
now, I understand why you're doing that because it makes sense to keep his like title run going because he's definitely going to be pushed into the main event
Yeah,
scene soon.
yeah.
I don't think he's going to win. I think they're going to actually take the titles away so they can start pushing him sooner rather than
Oh,
later.
so we could see
Like
Gunther and I don't know
and
whoever
Cody
wins.
Rhodes maybe. But like, because what I think is gonna happen, well, I'll tell you what I think is gonna happen later because it involves another person that's on here.
But first,
Anyways,
who do you think's winning the Intercontinental title? I say
I
Gunther retains, and
I
you're
think it's gonna
going
be
with
Sheamus. and
Sheamus.
here's the reason. I think Sheamus he hasn't won that title before, and I think they're
Oh,
gonna want to
okay.
put it on him. And just think about so I think Gunther, I don't know how you pronounce it, but like
Gunta?
Gunther Guten Tag. It was um
We apologize to the German nation for
I know.
fucking shit up.
Oh, I'll apologize to the German community when they apologize for World War II. Anyways,
This fucking guy.
like yeah, and I
Tongue
think
holds
what's gonna,
grudges
I think
from pre-birth.
Gunther is going to lose, and he's gonna go on to to the main event
Main event scene.
area, and then Sheamus and Drew McIntyre are probably gonna go into a bit of a feud, like for the next couple of pay-per-views for the Intercontinental Championship, and so that's what I think. Edge versus Balor. What do you think?
I'm I go back and forth on this. Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna go Balor, but with cheating or interference,
Probably. Well, it's
not
Hell in a Cell. It's not cheating,
no no
technically.
no. They're gonna figure a way to open the cell up so that Judgment Day can come in.
Oh yeah.
And the reason I think Finn Balor is gonna go over in this, I heard a rumor, unsubstantiated by the way, unsubstantiated, but I read a rumor that I don't know has some sway in my ears that there's potential for Edge to actually go to AEW. So if that were to be true, like Edge were going to take some time off, then he's not going to go over and then disappear for a few months. He'd put Finn Balor over. So now that's predicated on Edge not being there. If Edge is going to be there, see that's so hard because I could see Edge
Here's the
winning this.
thing.
I really
Here's
could see
why I
Edge
think
winning
Finn
this.
Balor's gonna win. It has nothing to do with where Edge is gonna be. It's just purely Edge's career is probably close to over. Like it's a lot closer to over than it is to when it began. Let's put it
Yeah,
that way.
yeah, I
And
could
Finn
feel that.
Balor is still an up and coming guy. He needs to have this put over.
Yeah, yeah, I could see Balor going over.
And I mean,
I could see
again,
that.
much like with Rey Mysterio and Dominic, nobody's gonna care if Edge loses this because people are still gonna love Edge.
Yeah, it's not going to hurt
Yeah, if Finn
his
Balor kind of, not only does Finn Balor need to go over, he also has to have a really, really strong match and cement himself as like the Judgment Day leader type of
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, I
So
like
that's
that.
what
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's
good
gonna
rationale.
happen.
That's good rationale.
Next up we have Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus versus Damage Control.
The ladies are going to win.
That is a very, very hot, off the press stance there,
Hot
sir.
stance. Okay.
People, you're like, people with vaginas are probably gonna win that one.
Well, guess what? The match contains six, three on each side. No, the Hall of Fame ladies are going to win.
Yeah,
I,
again,
th-
this is
I
kind of again. I look at this why I think Rey Mysterio is going to win. They're not going to do that to Trish Stratus. They're not going to do that to
you're right,
Lita.
Lita.
Like I don't know if they're in
Exactly.
the Hall of Fame yet, but they will be at some point in the near
If they're
future.
not there already, yeah,
Yeah, if they're not there already, I don't see them not going over.
yeah. There's too much star
No
power to
one,
not
no
go
one
over.
wants to see Bailey and Damage Control win.
No,
Like,
but you know what? I think it's going to be a really strong performance,
oh,
and
I
and
agree.
and I I think they I think Damage Control. I think Damage Control is strong enough, especially as a heel faction, to take the L at WrestleMania and not really lose steam. I really like Damage Control, to be totally honest. I really find them entertaining, and I
I think
love
they're
their
one of the
in ring
better
work
heel tag
faction.
teams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, I agree with you. I think Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch go
yeah. All right, next up, Theory and John
over
versus John Cena. Let's face facts. This one's in the bag.
for Theory, right?
Yeah, for Theory. Like,
Because
there is no reason to put Cena over in this.
no, and that's what's sad here is I don't know. It was like John Cena's promo on Raw from like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, the one where you hit him in the nuts,
Yeah.
gave him a little
Uh,
nut tap.
yeah, a little taparoo. That it was like that. That's why giving John Cena a live mic with some of the younger talent is so freaking dangerous because he brutalized Roman Reigns years ago on the mic. And then he
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
brutalized Austin Theory. And the reason why is because he brought up a point. He said, like, look, if if I go over, it's a huge L for you. And if you go over, it's an L for you because I'm not here the next day to sell the following matches, right? So in other words, John's promo was too good that we all know Theory's not going to lose the title to Cena because he's not going to be there after the match, right? He's
Yeah,
not going on a run. This is just a one shot deal. So there's no point in having uh, Cena go over. But it doesn't, does that
I mean,
build,
out
how
of
is that
all
going to
the
build
matches,
Theory?
this one is like, I'm so not interested in this one because I am 100% sure. Like, this is one of those
Yeah.
ones where I
I,
don't even think there's a chance.
no,
There's
no, no.
there's no statistical chance that
Cena
Cena's
won't.
gonna win. So it feels like, I mean, I know things are predetermined, but at least you have a shred of of what's the word I'm looking for?
Suspense.
Yeah, suspense.
Yeah.
But in this, you don't because you
No.
absolutely know
You know
Theory
Theory
has to go over.
because they're not going to put the belt on Cena and have him disappear. It make no sense.
Yeah.
So then, how does Theory go over? What you're going to
Mm,
try to, in essence, you're going to just try to have him work so well that there's a mutual admiration. But
I don't
then,
know, dude.
but
Like,
then if you do
he's a
that,
dick, though.
but that's the thing. If you do that, you're attempting to turn a Theory from a heel to a face.
Hmm.
And I don't know if face theory has the same charisma as heel theory. And that's also to say, I don't think theory has enough charisma yet.
Yeah,
But he has to go.
do think he's good on the mic, good enough, but like not
Oh,
John
he's
Cena
well, yeah,
level,
yeah, exactly. He's
not
well
yet.
rounded. Theory's really well rounded in a lot of things.
Hmm.
But John sort of set him up to fail. Like that promo set, like Cena said, he's like, look, if you
Let's be
beat
straight.
me,
John didn't set him up to fail. WWE set him up to fail, and that.
right, right. But what I'm saying is the setup to fail is the fact that you have in in the promo and the build up Cena saying if you win it means nothing and if you lose it means nothing. So no matter what you do, you mean nothing, which is sad but true. Like
Yeah.
devastating. When he dropped
All
the
right.
they pipe in crowd noise, I was like, John, that's a living person. Like you gotta do that.
All
You
right.
just chat all over him.
Next up, Rollins versus Logan Paul.
Oh, Rollins has to go over, right? Because Logan Paul dips in, dips out.
Logan Paul dips in, dips out. I do think that he
It's
will go over in a big one at some point,
yeah,
but this one, I feel like Rollins is gonna be in the main event scene
yeah,
with Cody Rhodes directly after
yeah.
WrestleMania.
And
Like he
here's the
might.
other,
What's the next one? Like Backlash or
yeah,
yeah,
or
he might be
also,
the main event of Backlash or something like that.
yeah,
Because let's not forget he still did that Peck shit.
yeah, and they have good chemistry.
They have
But
good chemistry, and
I'm
he's been
looking
out of the main event scene for too long. He's too good a wrestler for that.
right. But think about this, Logan Paul. We've seen him in the ring 3 times. Each time he's looked decent. He looks good in the ring. He's very athletic, and he's pulled one or two moves where you're like, "What the hell? That was pretty dope." So I look forward to him and Seth Rollins having
Yeah,
a good match,
uh,
and whatever high spot they use to feature Logan Paul, I'm sure he's going to pull it off flawlessly. But yeah, I see Rollins going over, but I don't think I don't think Rollins is gonna just dominate the shit out of Logan
oh
Paul.
no, 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 no.
I think they're gonna
They have to put a Logan over in a sense of having him look good,
yeah,
because if
yeah,
you don't have him look good, why would he put over Rollins?
right, exactly, exactly,
Like he's a part timer. He wouldn't even fucking agree to it.
right.
He
But
they're gonna make him look good.
and
Or I
he's
guess
at
he's gonna make him look
yeah,
cool because he's
well, yeah,
doing it.
yeah,
But
and he's athletic enough that he's gonna pull out some cool high
yeah,
spots.
did you
But
see, dude, that him and who was it, Ricochet? I think
yeah,
collided in the
yeah, the Royal Rumble that was cool.
like midair. That was pretty cool.
That was really cool.
Anyways, next up, Lesnar versus Omos. Does anyone
Lesnar,
care about this?
no,
I do
and
not either.
and here's the other thing. Almost has he earned the right to beat Brock? No. So
No,
it's gonna be Brock all day.
it better be.
Yeah, I know,
I will
right?
be so pissed. Like, and like almost, does he even have a move set? He basically just comes in, does one move, and the
Big
end.
man punch, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, no, this is Lesnar. I think
I mean,
Lesnar
he
goes
has
over.
less moves than like the Big Show. I mean, there are big men with great move sets, The Undertaker, Kane, but like,
Earthquake,
or,
Bam Bam Bigelow.
yeah, yeah. And then there are guys like Omos, who's he's a great Khali, but not Middle Eastern.
Yeah,
So
almost is
that's
huge.
a basically. I mean, he's a huge dude. He just doesn't know how to wrestle.
Or he's working on it, goddamn.
He's working on it. So was fucking the Great Khali for like a decade. Anyways, so next up is the Usos and Zayn and KO.
I earlier before we went on air, I was gonna say I think the Usos retain, but but here's the thing. I really think, like we said earlier, this is probably the downfall of the bloodline. They've had 2 successful years.
I
So
don't think we said that on the podcast, but I think we.
oh
I'm not sure.
well, it
Uh,
doesn't matter. All that
it
matters
is.
is
We feel like it's the downfall
I think
of
it's
the
a
bloodline.
downfall, and in order to help that downfall, I think you see Sami Zayn, who's right now hotter than hot. He's a red hot property.
Dude,
And
he is.
Kevin Owens,
He kills on the mic.
yes, he does, and Kevin Owens isn't bad either. So I'm gonna say Zayn and Owens, new tag champions.
I think it has to be
Yeah,
because, like, I really do think that they're gonna dismantle the
the
bloodline
bloodline,
because I
right?
think they see Solo Sokola going uh, to
Solo,
make a dumbass joke. Yeah, going solo, but and Roman Reigns, I think he might end up going off for a little while.
right?
I think that's part of the reason why they're taking the belt off of him. We might not see him as much in the
Yeah,
near future. But and the Usos will probably just be tag teaming on their own. And Paul Heyman, I don't know, he'll
yeah.
masturbate or something. Anyways, so let's hear Belair versus Asuka.
I think the buildup just started to get some steam. Maybe they're a touch too late in the story perspective, but I think this could be one of those sneaky good matches, like one of those matches where you're not expecting it to steal the show, and these two ladies
Oh, I
just
could,
might
dude. After
steal the
Belair,
show.
like, did he
Yeah,
KO'd freaking
KOD.
Piper? I'm like, anything could fucking happen. And
Yeah,
Asuka's been playing mind games.
and she's really good too, and she had the longest reign in NXT. So look, I'm a big, I like both ladies. I'm a big Belair fan. That being said, I can see them tearing the roof off the joint. And if you're gonna pull a shock victory, this might not be a bad spot to do it because Belair's strong enough that she could put over Asuka and not lose any steam. And Asuka's strong enough she could carry the title. I could also see Belair KOD and Asuka and continuing her reign. So, um, you know what? Just for just because I truly believe it's a toss up, but I want Belair to win personally. I'll just say Oscar. Because you want your show to have some surprises. Maybe this is a spot you pull a surprise.
Damn it!
What?
I really thought we were gonna have one that was like not the same.
Oh, you're
But
thinking kind of the same thing.
yeah, like, well, not even that. I like Asuka,
Yeah,
and I like Bel. Like you, I like them both, but I give the I give the nod to Asuka because she's got that like she's got that like personality where she can be a really great face, or she's got that personality where she can be a heel that like just is really out there, you know?
Yeah, I would like
And
to see her use her mist on Belair, and either A, that be like behind the ref's back and like be like the crucial moment for her victory, or Belair kicks out of whatever move comes next after the misting, and then KOD's her with like the mist still there, the remnants basically being like, you could spit your poison at me and I could, not even be affected. Like, I could see that as a badass ending too.
yeah, but yeah, I'm going with Asuka too. So I guess we don't have anything different, unfortunately.
But I will say this: in my heart, I want Bianca Belair to
In my heart, I still want Asuka to win.
win.
Flair versus Rhea Ripley.
Okay, this is where we might differ. I do not like Charlotte Flair, not because she's a bad wrestler or anything like that. I just don't like her character. But that being said, I get it. When she was a heel, she generated that heel heat. But now, as she's being pushed as a face, to me, it's still, I don't know, she still to me feels like a heel. Rhea Ripley's also a heel. Um, I want Rhea to win. She went bell to bell at the Royal Rumble. She's paid her dues. I want this to be the crowning of Rhea Ripley. I'm a big Rhea Ripley fan. I love Judgment Day. I want Mommy to win, but this is WWE, and WWE does not, you know, they're they have golden gooses, and golden gooses do very well in WWE. And I feel Charlotte's one of the golden gooses. So in my heart, I want Rhea Ripley to win, but who do I think will win? I think it's gonna be Charlotte.
I understand. I understand where you're coming from, and I wouldn't be surprised if she won. But I still think it's going to be Rhea Ripley.
Oh, I
They
hope
are
so.
pushing her
Oh, I
way too
hope
hard
so.
for her not to have her moment.
That Rumble was super cool. That Rumble
Oh
was
yeah,
super cool.
yeah.
But then remember, the first heel to go number one and win the Royal Rumble, or true heel, was Shawn Michaels in '95, and at that WrestleMania he lost to Diesel. So it's not a
I don't.
given that
I
that
don't
is
think that that's a comparison we can make because one, a certain eccentric billionaire was behind the wheel at that point. Um,
no, but you get what I'm saying though. It's
yeah,
no guarantee just because Rhea's being booked really
yeah, but
strongly that
I
she's
want to make
gonna
this
win.
clear. Like,
But I want her to.
now is
But
not back then.
yeah,
I feel like WWE is a little bit more predictable than it used to be. I mean,
or maybe we're just
we have
smarter.
quite a few of these matches that like we think are are as close to locks as we can.
Well,
I think they're gonna they're gonna shoot Rhea Ripley to the moon. I think they're probably gonna put a belt on her. I
I
mean,
want them to,
Charlotte
but
Flair's been the champ for not long enough. People are tired of seeing her with the belt.
right. But nah, I
I mean,
want
there's
Rhea
such
to
a thing
win. But
as champion fatigue, and
no, that's
I
true.
think the fans are getting there. So
Well,
I think this is a perfect way to put her over.
I
Like
I completely agree. I just and
you're
for
just
whatever,
worried that they might not they
yeah,
might not pull the trigger.
exactly. And knowing what I know of WWE, I think there's a more than strong chance that Charlotte Flair might go over. So
Uh, I don't doubt it. I mean,
not that
she.
she's bad. Don't
Oh
take.
no, no, she's
Yeah,
not bad or
she's
anything.
great
She's
in
a
the
good
ring.
worker.
Yeah,
She's a great heel.
yeah, yeah.
But I really
I
hope you're wrong. No
Yeah,
offense.
exactly. No, no, no. I
You're
agree.
like I do too.
I do too.
Anyways, last one: Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. I think we both know who's gonna win this
I
one.
think everyone knows it's
Yeah.
Cody's time, baby.
If
American
Roman
Nightmare.
Reigns like they pull like a fucking like double turn on us and like Roman Reigns fucking it gets it, there might be a riot.
There might be a riot, but that honestly would be the most shocking thing.
Yeah. Here's the thing though, I don't think it'll happen. Obviously, because I picked Cody, but
Yeah, same here.
it would completely derail like Cody's like momentum,
Yeah, yeah,
and that would be the. I mean, besides Sami Zayn, he's the most over guy in WWE right now. Why would you do that? It
exactly.
makes no sense whatsoever. This,
No sense
like,
whatsoever.
what was the other one we said? Where was it? Theory. Like Theory and the Theory Cena match and the Roman Reigns Cody match. Like I look at those as like almost locks because
Right,
like they just the other way just makes no sense at
right,
all.
yeah, yeah, at all.
You'd
No, I
only
completely
be
agree.
doing it to get a like shock value for this
Hmm.
specific WrestleMania, but then you're
Exactly.
fucking up storylines for the
Com-
next couple of months. So
Completely. I think Cody takes the belt.
yeah, so yeah,
And
that's about it.
I'm digging the American Nightmare. He's looking good too. His
Yeah,
ring work seems, I don't know, he seems he's aged like a fine wine. And if you notice after the pec injury, he's leaner, which makes his cuts on his physique look more shiny and
yeah.
impressive,
I don't know,
which
like
means they're priming him for the title, baby.
oh yeah. Like I can't wait, dude. He's a great worker. I
Yep.
wish he would get a slightly better finisher though. Like the crossroads doesn't look like it hurts at all. I'm gonna be honest, man.
It just looks fun to go for a spin.
Yeah, it
Whee!
just looks like he's like hugging him while twirling. I mean, yeah, basically. But like other than that, I don't have much of a complaint with Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I think he's doing great in
No,
WWE. I think he did
no,
great in AEW.
I completely agree.
I'm so glad he doesn't have to do that Stardust crap anymore. That
Exactly.
was demeaning as fuck.
And here's the best part. I'm pretty sure WrestleMania is going to be exciting. They always put on a good show, and these wrestlers all know how to work. We're in an era where you're not going to get a bad match, or you're not going to get two big
Ooh, I
guys
just thought of
just
something. Cause what's his Roman Reigns brought up Stardust.
yeah.
What if like when Roman Reigns comes out, what if he sets it up so the Stardust music comes on instead of
That'd be hilarious.
that would be it'd be hilarious. I don't think they do it though. I don't think they do it.
No, but I do.
Maybe next week on SmackDown or
But
something
you
like
know
that.
what? I could see where Cody pulls out the cartwheel in the middle of the match. He's done it before
Oh
and
yeah.
do the little pose. I could see that.
But yeah. But that would be like a straight up what was it? Uh Regal when they the man's man music came on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well,
I think we got. I mean, other than what Flair and Rhea Ripley, we pretty much are like
yeah.
on the same page with all
Yeah,
the
because I
fights.
think we're approaching it the same way. But you know what? There's still 1 week left till the big show.
Yeah,
So
you never know, something
you
might
never
happen.
know. Who knows what happens next week? Maybe it derails our thoughts, changes our thoughts. Who knows? If they suddenly say, hey, Cena's going on a run to SummerSlam with the company, then you never know.
Although I still think Theory has to take it because, again, why would you put Cena over?
Here's the funny
unless
part.
unless you're putting him over to like if he is running to SummerSlam, unless you're putting him over to make the final put over for Theory
Yeah.
like even bigger. But
And
like
that's
even
the,
then, like I'd be afraid that like Cena. Well, I don't think Cena would pull this, but like remember the Hulk Hogan Triple H shit. Where originally it was supposed to be like a best out of three or
oh,
a
that was with
a
Shawn
three.
Michaels. That was
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels. Yeah.
Wait, who'd I say?
Triple H.
My bad. I was thinking
Yeah.
HBK and
Yeah, it's
I
going to be a
said
best out of
Shawn Michaels for
three,
some reason.
then
And
a
then
best.
I guess it was supposed to be a best out of two, and like they were supposed to trade wins.
Yep.
And then Hulk Hogan did did said no I just want to win,
Yep. And
and then
do one match.
HBK did the funniest shit known to
Yeah,
man.
and he oversold the shit out of
Like
everything.
he oversold everything. It was
Yeah,
freaking hilarious.
I love it, baby. That's why HBK is
And
my favorite.
I think both of us can agree that Hulk Hogan might be the shittiest person on the planet, at least the shittiest wrestler on the planet.
But an important one because without Hulkamania, this little boy here might never have fallen in love with wrestling. He was my first favorite when I was a little guy, but I agree. The more I learn about him, uh, the less I like him. But
Yeah,
when I was a
he is
kid,
a.
I
He
was
seems
a
like
Hulkamaniac.
oh, I was a Hulkamaniac too. But the more I hear about him, the more I think he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
well, brother, I think that's a good spot to tell the fans at home
It's time to go.
it's time. Yeah, exactly.
Let's end it with a woo. Woo!
Woo!
All right, peace out, everybody, and we'll see you next week.